Olds.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
I'm great. It's so good to see you. I'm really excited for what we have tonight. It is
Me
amongst my favorite category because we love to pave all day. And that's
in
what we're
all.
here for in all ways. And there are so many ways that we're going to talk about. So let's start talking. Amy Levine, founder and CEO of Seed to Stone, super excited to share some of our most essential pieces. And we're going to share them today with Katie Olds, a dear friend and colleague and stylist of LA extraordinaire. Katie, would you introduce yourself for me?
Certainly. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in tonight or this afternoon if you're in LA. I have been in the fashion industry, the fashion space, since I was 14. And I've really focused in on merchandising and buying and planning for everything accessories. I met Amy while working in jewelry, and it is definitely one of my favorite accessories, the must have necessary accessory. And I moved to LA about 10 years ago next week. And I am now working in footwear, but I still love everything jewelry and everything diamond.
We're going to get started on our topic of the day, and that is pave all day. And a little bit of what that means is not the all day part. I'll leave that to your imagination. I'm sure you can all figure that out. But the pave stones, really all that means is it's like a paved road. Imagine a brick road that's paved, and the stones are very close together, just like the bricks on a paved road. And that's where it comes from. It's actually from French. It's a very French style. It originated in France way back in the days when a lot of good jewelry originated in France and a lot of the styling. Um, and there's different styles of pave, but for the most part, pave just means that a stone is up next to another stone, up next to another stone, with small little prongs to hold it in. Sometimes they're shared, sometimes they're not, but that pave, stone against stone, is the whole style. And so that pave look is really what we're looking. We're only linear, but pave can cover a large surface where it's all pave, like a road, like the brick behind me. There's my pave wall. Um, or pretty much all of the styles that we're looking at are a single line of pave. And what it gives is a very diamond look, very diamond focused, and a linear diamond, and it's very sparkly. So we've got a few different things that the reason we're doing this is to show the versatility of the styling and the many ways it can be worn. I'm going to give you a bit of the technical on what sizes and where you can wear it. And Katie's going to take it from there and tell you all the different fabulous things you can do with it. So let me just start with the first style that we're going to talk about are our singles. So that would be the Pavé-All-Day single. And these are different from the pairs of Pavé-All-Day hoops. And the reason for that I will explain. But to start, let me just show you. Katie, you have some in. Do you want to give me a lean in?
Sure. All right. Apologies for my camera work. Let's see. There you go.
So Katie is wearing two of them in her second and third hole. She's got it next to a vertical crawler, which is the
Woo!
tall vertical up and down one, which we're going to talk about at the end. And she's got two Pavé-All-Day ear cuffs. But those two
Woo!
that she's wearing, she's got a 5 millimeter in her third hole and a 6.5 millimeter right next to it in her middle hole, in the second hole. Okay. And if you look at what I'm wearing all three sizes of the Pavé-All-Day. So I have a 5 millimeter in my top, I have a 6.5 millimeter in the middle, and the 8 millimeter in my first hole. And very often I can also put a six, if you like a really fitted look, I put the 6.5 millimeter in the first hole. But there you've got the 8 millimeter, 6.5, and the 5 millimeter. And what's really important about these singlets is they have smaller diamonds than the other Pavé-All-Day hoops. And the reason for that is they're meant to be a little more delicate, even though they're strong as can be. They do have a 14 karat wire that goes through. So these are sterling silver with a 14 karat wire that goes through the hole. And the reason that's important is that if I was to put these into, which are newly pierced, that's why they look the way they do. We won't look at them now, but I will eventually put a hoop like this. To have that 14 karat wire is better on the ear. if I was to put it into a nose piercing or a belly button piercing, which I have done, that 14 karat wire is stronger for the snap and better for all body placements. And these hoops can go in several different places, and we will get into some of those places as we go a little further ahead. Do you have another hoop on? What do you have on your other ear, Katie?
It's the same. It's the, woo, here we go.
You've got the crawler and a hoop. Fantastic.
So what is so great about these singles is it's an essential. It is something that you can wear while you're sleeping. You don't ever have to worry about it snagging on your hair, your pillow, your dog if they're lying next to you. You can also shower in these. So the versatility of these is you have 3 different sizes. They can go in almost every body part that has a piercing, and you can switch them in and out, and you only have to buy one. And you can just change your entire look by just changing one earring in your mix.
I love that. And that is the really important part we have to it, is that they are so versatile. They are single, and they go in any piercing, assuming they're going the right way. And that also lends us to say we have the flat hoop, which is similar, but you see the diamonds face front as opposed to these, which are traditional hoops. And here on this, these come in 2 sizes. This is a 6.5 millimeter. And then we have an 8 millimeter that I'm not showing, but it's the same. And these snap open for septum piercing as well as for tragus in the ear. So these are just for other places that you need the diamonds going the other direction. We've got a similar style. So what I was saying earlier also, the difference between our singles and then our pair, this 8 millimeter is the same as the largest, but you can see this is a little more delicate. The stones are smaller. So this single has smaller stones, and here the pair has a larger stone. So this is the 8 millimeter and the 15 millimeter.
But even though those singles are a little bit smaller, it's still a small way to make a big look.
I agree. I think that if you hold them together, the difference, and I'm going to try show you, you see the difference isn't that they both sparkle. It's a very slight difference. The reason for doing that is because of the locations you put this on, the singles, you want them a little lighter, because if you're going to wear 3 in a row, the little bit lighter makes them a little bit more sleepable. And these are easy to sleep in. I know, Katie, you do. I sleep in them as well. They're lighter and easy to sleep in. And not that I haven't slept in these, and I have a customer who asked me immediately, can I sleep in them? And I said, who am I to tell you can or can't? If it's comfortable, you can. And that's really the answer. So while I'm on the tray, we also have 2 sizes. We're going to talk about the 2 sizes, the mid-ear cuff, no piercing ear cuff. And you can see that's got some beautiful sparkle on it. And here's the low that sits very low on the ear. And then Katie was showing us, she is wearing, I believe you have the small and the medium, but we have 3 sizes to these vertical crawlers. So we've got a small, a medium, and a large. So Katie, give us a lean in and show us what you've got on those.
Sure. So I can show this ear here. And then I can show this ear here. So what is so great about these crawlers is if you're averse to drop earrings, it gives that big look of a drop, but it's held in securely with your post. And this is something that just adds a little bit more to your ear party. You can pair them along like what I have been doing, what I have here, with some hoops, but you can also just wear them solo. And it's something where I'm wearing them with the Pavé-All-Day solo hoops, but it's just to change my look tonight, or to just look a little bit extra, which I always like to do. You just put those in with your hoops and you're just ready to go. So I love these crawlers. It's something that is a big look without pulling your earlobe, and it sits right nicely in the rook of your ear here. So it just rests there, and it is held also back with the post. So it can kind of hang, and you won't worry about it falling off. So, and they're very, very comfortable regardless of the size. I have very small ears, and Amy has sent me the small and the medium, but I could also get around with I could get away fine with having the large. So see how nicely that fits Amy's ear? And it pairs, she put it in her middle hole where she has 3 holes, and she has a hoop in her first and her third ear. And then she has that crawler there. My ears are a bit too small and my spacing is too narrow. So I can't necessarily do that, but it looks gangbusters on Amy's ear. Bless you, Amy.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. That's the medium.
And this is just, see, it looks so phenomenal all by itself. The crawler can be paired with multiple other earrings, other seed to stone earrings, studs, hoops, but it looks so fabulous just all by itself. I love that.
So Jamie, actually, it's a really good question about figuring out how to size. Excuse me. Okay. But what I'll be putting online, and I'm happy to do one-on-one. We can do this actual platform. We'll do one-to-one so I can help anyone size. But what I'll be putting online is a little measurement tool to help someone figure out exactly what size is going to be best fitted for them. I'm going to show us, we're going to take a look at a presentation that'll show all the sizes available. But there is a kind of simple trick that I'm going to give with a piece of paper, and you poke a hole and you figure out, because everyone's ears are different. And I have shown this before. These vertical crawlers, the post isn't exactly in the middle. It's like 1 millimeter off. So you've got a different dimension here than you have on the bottom. So if it doesn't fit you this way, turn it around and you might have a different fit. And the small, medium, and large all have a range. So if you get the large and it's a little long, it'll still fit here. Good enough. It works. You want to wear the small. I'm wearing it in my second hole. Katie can fit the small in her first hole. I can put the small in my second hole, the medium in my first. I also wear the large in my first. Here we looked at the ear cuffs. We've done a lot of ear cuffs. We really didn't walk you through the ear cuffs. We're big fans of the mid ear cuff, the low ear cuff. If you have a larger lobe or you like to wear them really low down, they fall right into, depending on your ear size. You've got some room there. These are the pairs, the little larger pair of earrings. You have the 8 millimeter as a pair and a 15 millimeter. And in this, on the model here, you can see 8 millimeter has a bit more room than what Katie and I are wearing in the singles. We're wearing them very fitted, where this has a little bit more room. So it shows you how much space you have. And then we've got the singles. And this just shows you where a 5 millimeter can go, where a 6.5 millimeter can go, and where an 8 millimeter can go. And there's a lot of variety. These images are also on the website. So if you are trying to figure it out, definitely dig in the website. In addition to that, reach out if you have any sizing questions. You'll send me a picture of your ear. We'll figure out what might work. We'll do a one-to-one. We also do free returns. So if something, you get it and it's not the size you thought, we've got you. That's what we're here for.
And okay. This diagram makes me want to get more piercings.
It does, doesn't it?
It feels the same way.
It does. I did just find that my third hole is up and operating. So I actually am good for a little bit. I don't need another piercing. Just to remind you, the nose and the septum is also part of this family. So what all 3 models actually were all wearing was the 8 millimeter in their noses. And I will tell you the 8 millimeter fits in my belly button perfectly. Everyone's different, but I'm thinking 8 millimeters pretty standard. And here's the septum that also goes up in the tragus. And we have it in 2 sizes. In that image that you just saw, both the models were wearing, and they were very excited, a 6.5 millimeter, which is very fitted. And they loved that it was more fitted than most septum piercings are. And so just to call that out, they're wearing the 6.5 millimeter, but the 8 millimeter, which is more standard, is also available. And now here are the 3 sizes that we have for the crawlers. And vertical crawlers are super hot. Katie, would you not say? Trending, trending, trending.
I mean, it's beyond trending for me. It's a must-have. I have to wear it every day. And I am wearing them right now in gold, but I have worn the silver before, and I'm mixing and matching the silver and gold with these crawlers. They are the perfect accessory to any of your outfits, any of your shoes, and any of your handbags. And especially now we're getting into the fall, these crawlers look awesome with your hats.
And
So
with a
forget
turtleneck. We were talking about turtlenecks. Let your turtleneck go all the way. Your earrings aren't getting in the way of your turtleneck because these really keep it on your ear. They're a look. I don't want to say a big look because they're delicate in a way, but they're a big look without being a whole ear, you know, those big door knockers that people used to wear, but they don't hang down. So your scarves and your necklines are going to be safe. But that's next week's topic. We're going to be talking about necklines and the beauty of scarves. So that's just to give you a bit of an idea of everything we've got here. I'm going to come back, I hope. Maybe I'm not. Okay. There we are. I'm just going to remind you again, please follow us, Facebook and Instagram. Okay,
and
those are on there.
share to your friends.
We are relatively new and I mean new in seed to stone. I've been doing this a long time. We've got a lot of experience between us to share, between all of us, the whole team, to share some great things. And we want to share with you, and we want you to share with us. And we want to see how you wear it and what your style is and what you make of it and what you bring to the table, because that's how we get these great mixed matched looks that aren't necessarily the way that we thought it would be. I love that surprise. What can you put it with? So show us, share with us. And we've taken all the time we should. So now go and make your jewelry wardrobe your own. Woo! Katie Olds, I love seeing you. I can't wait for our next one.